popular Hindi song? Most of you. And how many of you know my version of it? At least for my CC1, just one. Okay, 2, not bad. 3, fine. For people who don't know, I am a classical dancer. A very good afternoon, dear Toastmasters and friends.
Good afternoon.
This is my craze for classical dance. I started dancing at a very young age, say about 5 years, and I never realized how I put in 13 long years of regular dance practice in the dance forms of Bharatanatyam and a little of Kathak. Maybe it's more of the way my schedule was. I used to wake up at 8 in the morning. From 9 to 3:30 in the noon was my school. From 3:30 to 4 was my time to play in the school ground with my friends. I head to my music class where I practice classical music. I get back home, freshen myself, have some food, and at 5:30 I'm in my dance class. Till 9, 10, 11, or till when my dad starts honking his bike and says, "You have school tomorrow, get back home." I get back home, have my dinner, finish my homeworks, and I'm off to sleep. And the next day is the same. This routine continued until dance just got imbibed into me. I got an opportunity to learn dance from one of the most devoted dance teachers, I would say, and passionately persistent seniors. I got to perform in every place in Karnataka and some places outside as well. And in school, any occasion, name it, and my name used to be on the top of the list. And any event, the order of events used to be invocation dance by Manjushree, lighting of the lamp, felicitation of the guests, some speeches, entertainment program by Manjushree and her group, and then you have prize distribution, some form of formal function which was none of my concern, and then closing of the ceremony by the dance program again by Manjushree and her team, and I'm on stage again. This was my routine, and I hardly remember writing down any of the academical events like the timetable for your tests and exams or any others, but I very well knew the order of events for celebration. School day, ethnic day, Kannada Rajyotsava where I choreographed dance dramas, Hindi Divas for all the Bollywood dance, sports day. Are you wondering what is a sports day? Well, sports day also had an invocation dance, right? So this was my craze for dance, and this continued or got exaggerated in my first PU and second PU, where I got the guts to start bunking my classes only for dance rehearsals. I bunked about 3 months at a stretch to participate in intercollegiate competitions. And you can imagine what this would have created at my home. My dad had started getting irritated or agitated with my behavior, but I never stopped. It continued in second PUC, which is believed to be one of the most sacred places or real bad phase of a student's life where they say this is the point of your career change. But because I continued my behavior, I had to face real bad terms. But that didn't affect me. For Manjushree was a synonym for dance, and dance was Manjushree. But that day is when my dad comes to me and he says, "You cannot dance anymore." Just imagine the feel of being blinded in few seconds. My heart sank. My voice went really feeble, and I asked him, "But Papa, why?" "I have no funds to let you dance for a whole lifetime. Get serious in life, start studying, fetch a job for yourself, and earn your living." Was he wrong? I don't think so. But it was very difficult for me because I had to let go of the identity that I had grown into, let go of personality that I had become without my knowledge, and I had to be somebody else. That's when I realized I was at that red signal. I'm sure not all of you here are dancers and can relate to how I would have felt, but I'm sure you all would have faced one or more than one red signals in your life. Yes, it might be a favorite course of yours that you aspire to, and when it comes your way, you don't have enough funds to go there. It might be a frustration of stake feeling at job that you want to switch your job, but you feel you're potentially insufficient to go for an interview. It is a red signal. It might be a passion that you let go in your college, maybe a passion for sport like cricket, that you played all your college days, but at a point, there was a checkpoint that you let go of to set a career for yourself, to earn bread and butter for your family. It was a red signal. Or it might be in a relationship that you selflessly give in everything, but because it is a mutual affair and the other person is not interested, you let it go. It was a red signal. And in all these red signals, dear Toastmasters, we have not been sole responsible for it, but we stood helpless at that red signal. And how do you think would the response be? We would have cried out loud that we are feeling helpless. We would have cribbed about it, saying, my fate is not really good here. Or we would have spoken to our friends and families and told them how unlucky we have got off late, or just start revolting against that red signal, putting in a lot more pressure on ourselves till that we feel we are drained out completely. We might start interpreting everything that happens in our life in a negative way till we conclude, maybe this is what had to happen to me, or just surrender to that red signal. But I feel this is where we err. If we can trace back to our school days, which is the biggest red signal that we would have faced? Exams. And you fail it. What if you fail a term's exam? Would they give you another exam right after the day of the result? No. You had a term to prepare, and only in the next term you had that exam again. Why do you think was that break given to you? It was a break for you to realize that it is just another exam. It is a break for you to replenish yourself with adequate knowledge to click that exam. And not for you to rush into another combat without being prepared. I feel that red signal is one place which lets you to know what is the true passion in your heart. What is that you really want to become? How is that you find a different solution? How is that you go for a creative solution? How is that you ask for help and build a support system for yourself? And how is that you prepare for perseverance? That phase of preparation is what the red signal gives you for free. And believe it or not, my preparation phase at the red signal took roughly about 1,752 days, about 4.5 years. When I bagged a gold medal in engineering and had 3 job offers in my hand, that I went to my dad and I told him he had no reason to stop me from dancing. That's when I started looking out for a guru. I started practicing with one of my senior students, and in less than a month, I got an opportunity to dance in the Alvas festival at Mudbidre, Mangalore, in front of 10,000 plus audience. Imagine the excitement. I was totally happy, and with that excitement, I head to Mangalore. I sit in front of the mirror in the makeup room, and every brush of that pancake on my face, that streak of kajal on my eyes, and that smell of coconut oil mixed with the red powder for lipstick, everything smelled like freshly prepared dishes for a hungry soul. I started appreciating every piece of jewelry that I decked myself up with a lot of love. And that moment, when I had to wear my ghungroo, is when I couldn't stop myself from crying. I called up my dad from green room. I thanked him. I told him I was so happy that I got that pause in my life, that red signal, which made me realize my true passion, and that I would be back to it and nobody could stop me anymore. If at all I had stopped at that red signal and not looked for a way ahead, I would have just been an ordinary engineer. No offense to anyone. But I feel proud, for I am unique. I'm good at my work, and I never compromised on my passion. So dear Toastmasters, next time when you feel you're at a red signal, a place where you do not deserve to be, don't freak out. Don't panic. Just take a small break. A break enough to smell a rose, a cup of coffee with your friends, share a smile, shed some tears. Nothing wrong. It is your time to replenish your energies. But do not lose focus, have the same goal. And when it is the right time, use all your potential to hit back. Because it's just a red signal. A small brief pause that do not have the guts to break your grit. Let me tell you, R is not just red signal. R is for you to relax and get less anxious. R is not just red signal. R is for you to revive and fortify consciously. R is not just the red signal. R is for you to replenish back to your original levels. And R is for you to remember that life is not always wonderful, but you definitely are. And R is very important for you to remember that red signal is never at a dead end, is it? It is only when there is a road ahead. So keep going. Like I always say, love your life and make your life even more beautiful. Over to you, Toastmaster.